morning, 9 o'clock, February 20th, 2024 on a Tuesday, Tooth Day. Oh, that reminds me, I needed to check and see if I had any appointments because I was thinking I have some kind of medical appointment coming up. There I have audio confirmation and I gotta go mute that. You aren't hearing that, then unmute desktop audio so therefore SpeakerBot can be heard. Hello to everybody in chat. I put in a chat message about a topic today. I kind of already know what I'm going to do with that, and we'll get to it about that Dell Inspiron. Then let's cover a couple other things first. In chat.
Good morning.
Thank you, John. Frankie B says thanks and $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Frankie B. I am a hobbyist says it does not work for me. Adobe should address this. I'm paying a hefty monthly subscription that has an issue is unforgivable. That's regarding this video about Adobe Acrobat Reader from a long time ago. And I showed a solution to that and it did not work for him. It sounds like he thinks that paying money for something is going to prevent problems from occurring. No, it doesn't do that. I am a hobbyist. If you want to either send me an email or come on to a live show and tell me what happens, I can connect remotely to your computer and try to help solve that if you're interested. And this is the email address if you want to communicate with me that way, or you can just reply to the comment on that video. Dennis gives a link, ABC News QR code scams. The interesting thing here that I particularly found interesting, yesterday that took me to the news show. I guess I clicked on this and it goes to the news show. Yeah. And the thing here about this is that QR codes, that's an advertisement there, never mind that. But the scam with the QR codes is where they'll put a QR sticker like in a parking garage and you scan it with your phone and where you're supposed to pay for the parking fee, and you're actually paying the scammers. And they show on that news clip an example of somebody peeling the sticker off of the poster. I think it was from a parking garage. So thank you, Dennis, for that. That was interesting. Scams abound. I will send I Am a Hobbyist a link back, link to this point in the video and a thumbs up and a heart after the show's done. Chris Garrett, LOL, look at those dates on the Intel site. One shows 1970, the other one 2033. Yeah, we noticed that. That's the reason I get drivers from Dell. I looked and the latest is September 2023. It needs to be from Dell. This is regarding Tim's issue with the I always remember killer app thing. He says, I'm a little confused what exactly the problem is. His upload is too low. Yes, that's what it was. Obviously, you didn't watch the whole show. I think it's pretty obvious if you watched the show. His upload speed was like 0.8, something like that. Crazy slow. All right, I see the SpeakerBot put in his messages, so I'm going to go deactivate that so it doesn't come around again. Because the only way I can make that work is to tell it to repeat. So I'm going to unenable that. I'll give Chris a thumbs up and a heart. Then, yeah, I got that right. This computer from a client, it's an old computer. She doesn't use the computer very much. And so I'll show you the symptom. Well, a cute little story first. When I picked up the computer, I drove out of her mobile home part, thought I better check if the power adapter is there. So I pulled over, opened the case up. Yes, indeed, the power adapter was there. And I was thinking to myself, I should actually try plugging it in to the computer to make sure it's the right one. And I chose not to. Because when I got home, I found out, no, it doesn't fit. But it had enough battery life for me to get to my conclusion anyway. So I'll show you what's happening. You'll see a power light come on the front of the computer when I press the power button. There's the power light. I haven't figured out I haven't counted how many seconds it takes before the beeps come, but they're pretty loud. I should get my ear away from that. There. This, and then press the power button and you see the light go off, so it's done. This is a known symptom with this model computer. I wasn't aware of it. I first read the symptom, I think, on a Reddit site. So I read it on a Reddit site. Ugh. And there were other responses, and then there's this one response that said, take the motherboard out and put it in the oven. Bake on, I don't think it said a temperature, but for so many minutes. And I thought, oh, that's a hoax. That's a scam. But no, I went further, and indeed it is things along those lines. There were other methods to just warm the computer up. Wrap it in a blanket and turn it on for 15 minutes and then turn it off and turn it on again. A variety of different ways to heat it up. And what's going on is there's a chip on the motherboard there where it needs to be reflowed. The solder needs to be reflowed, and just warming it up enough in some cases is enough to get it going. I did try a couple things along those lines. I put it into a cardboard box with a blanket on top of it and ran it for 15 minutes, and it was pretty warm in there, closed up the box. It didn't work, so I'm not going to go any further with it. I'm gonna tell her we need to replace that computer. It's an old computer. She can afford to replace it, so I'm going to talk with her about whether we go with a current model Windows 11 computer or a refurbished Windows 11 computer. She doesn't use a computer very much. I doubt that there's much content on it that she cares about. The hard drive is probably fine. So I have a heat gun, because one of the methods was to disassemble it enough so where you could put some aluminum foil around that chip and just heat up that chip. But I'm not gonna do that, because it's limited life anyway, with Windows 10 not going to be under support much longer. So that's what I got for that. Then let's go hit some emails. I did not get to the emails yesterday because we spent quite a lot of time with Tim Cruz. Oh, by the way, those hard drives that I ordered where I got the wrong size, I got the 3.5 inch, I needed the 2.5 inch. I did the replacement or return yesterday, and it went easily, even though it wasn't prime. So in that case, not being prime did not harm it. I was thinking they might not want me to ship them back because they're kind of heavy. But yeah, they want me to ship them back, and then I'll reorder. So let's see, I'm going to try to run through these quickly. These are chat messages that I want to respond to. Danielle talking to Alice, I think this might have been on Saturday, used an antenna booster. Oh yeah, because Alice had asked, let's see, I should go from the beginning here. Yeah, Alice asked if we use Wi-Fi boosters. I don't use them myself, but I do have one set up in my brother's home. And there are times when a Wi-Fi booster is better than a mesh router. This is where Nick is saying get a mesh Wi-Fi system, much better than boosters. Not necessarily. It depends upon the specific application. My brother's house, the booster made more sense, and it's working good. Sin Vicious got a mandatory upgrade from Windows yesterday. Never saw the upgrade. And when you say upgrade, that sounds like it upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, or upgraded from a like a 22H2 to 23H2 or 1, whichever that was. That will happen when the prior system is no longer supported. It will force you to the upgrade. Dennis, Seinfeld different from sitcom Cheers. I probably said that wrong at some point, and he was correcting me. Alice said she'll look into the mesh system. There's another mesh system specifically from Nick. Cheese from Wisconsin, no soup for you is from Seinfeld. Yes, I did watch some of those clips, but I didn't see anything that had the cheese in the same clip. I don't care. Nick, you have to match the size when mirrored drives in a server. Yes, that's when I was speculating. Could you put a larger drive into a mirrored server? And he's saying, no, you have to match for mirrored. And that sounds totally accurate. Lawn Dog to Josh, you missed an industrial amount of information. You're going to have to do a rinse and repeat to gather all the information passed in this broadcast. Josh should have asked if he missed anything because he was away talking to somebody else during this show. I just got a kick out of this industrial amount of information. Thank you, Lawn Dog. That was fun to see. Then here's Larry Davis saying, my computer does the same thing as Sam's screenshot. And he says, I have video cards in mine. This is where Sam was having this problem with the Intel driver support assistant. And Larry, the solution for that, I hope you actually watched that and captured that, because it wasn't, I don't think it was real obvious watching the video, but the solution that came from Gary and Sam kind of talking in the background through chat was to manually download that update, perhaps even on another computer, and then install the update. I think I'm saying that correctly. And let's see. Sam actually sent me an email saying that. Thanks to Gary, manually switching the drivers worked. I never thought of that, and I did clarify with him, when you say manually switching, that means he manually downloaded the driver using another computer, copied it through his network, and then was able to fix the computer. Let's see, then this is one I've already dealt with, and here's that one. That was the stuff about Ken Stout. I'm going to defer that. This was Dennis's update. He said a full backup from February 5th corrected the problem he was having with the public-private setting on his network. I've installed all Windows and app updates and nothing is broken, so that
I think he meant
his
manually
issue.
Changing driver in Device Manager.
Well, that's not what he told me. I asked him directly, and he said directly that he downloaded the driver from another computer and then installed it by copying it through the network. That's what he told me.
Deferred again?
Well, to this afternoon, Ken, because you said you were available to get together this afternoon. So, yeah, but that's on you. I offered yesterday. You weren't available. And now I'm not sure. I've got some question marks about my availability this afternoon, so I'm not certain about that. So maybe deferred again. Then let's get to this one. This was that email from Zvi, and I addressed it yesterday because he had noticed about that network not connected to any network. So that was, I'll say that was another anomaly that was going on, aside from the public-private issue that was going on. This was another anomaly, but that anomaly, I believe, is gone now too. And we don't really know what caused it. Okay, that's all of those. Then let's go to this list. I found this interesting. Got an email from Network Solutions forwarded to me from a client. Starting February 1st, Google and Yahoo implemented new rules affecting email senders. These address changes aim to enhance mailbox protection against spam, phishing, and spoofing. I did hear about this or know about it. And it's just going to become more important on if you're sending a lot of emails, to use a custom domain and have your SPF, DKIM, and DMARC set up properly. So I think that's enough of that for now. And there's the returns. I already told you about that. So let's see. I think I have also a couple other things to hit. Then I'm going to come to chat. What do I have here? Nope, don't need to do that one. I have a redirect set up to Carrie Holzman's show, Unmatched Performance, Mercury Series Minis Forum, Outstanding Mini PC. This looks kind of fun. This is showing us $639, $615. This is from Newegg. And when we scroll down here and look more at this, see, it looks taller than what we're used to for mini computers, right? Yeah, but come down here and look at this. Here, it fits in the palm of your hand, holding it between 3 fingers, thumb and forefinger and middle finger. So is that a 3-fingered computer? Okay, just fun. Then let's come over here to chat. Alice first in chat at 8:22. Mike Wojcik, hello. Nothing like seeing Lady Gaga on the first thing in the morning. She can get your heart pumping. LOL from John Williams. Rick Lakes, hello. Here's what I was telling about this laptop today. 7 beeps. Something's not right. Something's wrong in Denmark. I have a used Dell laptop, 2005. According to Dell, beeps, reseat or replace CPU, replace motherboard. Yeah, that's it. Precisely. Dennis giving us the original link for Lady Gaga's video. And I think also if you go to actually my trailer, if you go look at your play history, you'll be able to get directly to the trailer that I uploaded. And there's that also gives a link to her video. Nick, you can check to see if the fan is gunked up with dirt or not. Try removing the battery, unplug the system. I haven't tried that since I don't have the power, because the instructions for that, I did try removing the battery, putting it back in and turning on, but since I don't have the right AC adapter, the process that was advised about that is take the battery out, hold the power button down for 30 seconds. I think it said 15 or 10 seconds when I read, doesn't matter. And then plug it in without the battery and try turning it on. I doubt that that's going to do it. I don't have the AC adapter. I'm just going to go ahead and move her on to another computer. Seldon Ball, ran Israel. We have a Dell Inspiron 7386, has the same issue, out of warranty. We could never get it to work. It became a donor for parts. Darren Gilholm, hello. Josh, hello. There's the SpeakerBot stuff. Martin Hogg, Rick Lakes, Chris. And that came in a second time. It shouldn't come a third time, because I think after that is when I turned that off. Baking motherboard may fix this problem. Yeah, this is one that I looked at. And let's see, let's scroll out here and show. I think this is the one where it actually, yeah, here's the actual controls on their oven. Putting it in. I'm not going to do that. It's not worth that much effort. It would be curious. I was tempted because of curiosity.
They mean the CMOS battery, not the power battery.
Do they mean the CMOS battery? Oh, that's interesting. Maybe they did. I don't think it said the CMOS battery. But anyway, it's still for, well, the CMOS battery is believable. I've come across that before. Well, removing the CMOS battery will fix a problem like this. But for this specific computer, they were showing removing the service battery. So I don't know, maybe, because that does reset the motherboard at a deeper level, and you don't get that with just pulling the battery out. Interesting. Maybe. Depends upon how my day goes and what mood I'm in. Martin, regarding Tim's issue, wasn't this solved last time using wireless connection? Yes, it was, but he came back saying he really wanted to use the Ethernet connection because it would give him faster speed. The wireless was better, much better than going through the Ethernet, but he wanted to restore the better performance of the Ethernet because he had a lot of videos he wanted to upload. But you're correct. We did, last time we worked on this, we did wind up saying, hey, just use the wireless because it performed better. Also, would his network adapter possibly be solved by removing in-device manager and Windows reinstall it? No, because when he uses a USB Ethernet adapter, he has the same problem. That's a different driver. So not going to do it. Ship date was April 2011 for this laptop. Yeah. Rick agreeing with that. Just put Windows XP on it. No. Jim catching up. But a laptop from 2011, rest in peace. Agreed. John Williams, doing some cleaning in my workshop. I have a custom built computer in there and had not updated it in a while. And it offered me Windows 11 upgrade from Windows 10. It looks like he was going to continue from Windows 10. It offered me Windows 11 upgrade from Windows 10. I don't know what the it meant. I think he meant manually changing the drive. No, don't think so. Doug, regarding the Intel Driver Assistant app, I'm almost sure I heard Kerry on one of his shows saying the Intel no longer support. That was not the Driver Assistant app that Tim was using. It was the Killer app suite, and that is still a current product. So what Tim was struggling with was not Intel Driver Assistant. I think I'm saying that right. Dead laptop. I just dropped a like from Tim. Tim, I saw you going through the same thing on Kerry's show. It was surprising to me that you was reporting 0 point something upload speed, and you didn't make any mention about when you uninstalled that Killer suite that it was better. I think I'm just stick to wireless. It performs way better. Yeah, I really think that it could, because the amount of time you spent on it yesterday, you could have done all your uploads. But when we uninstalled that Killer app yesterday and did a speed test, the upload speed was doing a lot better. But then during the test, it went down and down and down and got worse. There is a uninstaller program available for that app. That would be my next suggestion, is to use that. I don't see any reason for you to be using that Killer app, because apparently what it does is it gives priority to gaming over your internet connection. Well, that's only important if you're doing other things in the background. If you're gaming, or even if you're live streaming while you're gaming, you don't really want to give priority to gaming because you want your stream to be working. So it doesn't make sense that you should have that Killer app at all. Can Tim update Ethernet and hardware? We've been over that a few times, and updating the Ethernet does not fix it. I just thought we could fix it. That's all. Yep, I understand. Ran out of words. Reach chat limit for words. Sorry. Oh, IT is what IT ran out of words. Reach chat limit. He just okay. I think he still hasn't given us what that was intended to say. That's okay if you don't need to finish that. All right. Wow, I got through all of that. Yeah, for Ken Stout, he did a video.
It does really work well.
It does work. It does really work well. What does? We've talked about many things. He must be talking about what he was talking about earlier. Some cleaning in my workshop, built a custom computer and not updated in a while, and offered me Windows 11 upgrade. So it does work really well. Got it. Martin, will it boot into BIOS to change date time as it's old? Maybe the CMOS isn't retaining its data. If you're talking about this laptop here on the desk, no, it won't go. Nothing appears on the screen. Just gives those 7 beeps. What basically means the processor is not working. Yeah. Yesterday, Ken Stout did a video in response to the things that I advised him yesterday. He missed it on every point. When I told him the first thing that would show up is the stories, he said there's no stories, but yes, it was at the top of his screen. Stories was there. I told him to go into the friends list. If anything looks wrong there, then deal with that. He went in the friends list. There were no pictures. That was
Give the laptop last rights and move on.
Yeah, I agree, Jim. I haven't talked to my client yet, but I'm going to talk to her about her feelings about replacing it with a current Windows 11 laptop or a refurbished laptop if she wants to save the money. Computer isn't a big part of her life, so she can afford to spend money on the computer, but it's just not a big deal to her. She does some web browsing and emailing, and just I think she'd probably rather keep the costs down on it. And I don't know if we even need to pull any data off of it at all, but the hard drive is probably fine. And I think nope, I do have to take the bottom off to get to the hard drive. It looks like, yeah. But at the videos, I looked like it didn't look bad. So what I'm really interested in, Ken, is I'd like to connect remotely to your computer. I'd rather you not pursue it yourself. I'd like to connect remotely to your computer, go into your Facebook account, and what I want to do is delete all of those suggested friends. Oh yeah, also you said the suggestion friends doesn't show up on your site. Yes, it does. I also said if you go down exploring into other things and come back to your homepage, you'll find more items, and yes, you did. Everything I said worked exactly the way I said it would. That a thick boy. Yeah. And as Ken would say when he's talking about other people, I'm not picking on him, all in good fun. Gary Weissenberger, what are you saying here? To Jim, that might have a usable 13-year-old hard drive that could be repurposed to a server or NAS drive. Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we gotta save the resource of that. That old spinning drive. Okay, I'm a little early. Kerry has a new show today. I already have a redirect set up to him, and I talked about his show at the beginning of today's show. So we got that covered. Yeah, da. What else do I have to talks about? What was that one? Nah. I don't think I have anything else around here to talk about. So I'm going to quit early. Boss Doug, he's going to be upset with me for quitting early. He said, I'm going to dock your pay. Is it possible to make Wi-Fi faster from Alice? Yes, absolutely. Faster than what? If you have something slowing your Wi-Fi down below what it's capable, then yeah, that could be made faster. But you can't make it faster than what your Wi-Fi is capable of. Now, what is it that you want to operate faster? Are you having buffering on videos? Are you having delays when you click on things on your computer? It might not be your Wi-Fi. So rather than is it possible to make Wi-Fi faster, what is it that where's your pain point? What is your actually pain that you're feeling? What I mean is no boosters, my PC when gaming. Okay, so it's gaming that she wants the gaming to perform faster. Is it actually the Wi-Fi that is the source of your trouble? Now, let's see, gaming, I think is that Sims 4? So while you're playing the game, if you open Task Manager, I'm going to right-click on the taskbar at the bottom. See, I found something to talk about. Go to Task Manager and try to, I don't know if you have two screens or not, or if you can have the game in a smaller window so that you can have Task Manager off to the side. But click on this Performance tab so that you can watch these CPU, memory disk, and Ethernet, or Wi-Fi. You're on Wi-Fi, but you can click on the Wi-Fi and watch your send and receive numbers. If you are filling up the capacity of your Wi-Fi while you're gaming, then that would indicate that the Wi-Fi indeed is the bottleneck. If your CPU is running at high percentage, and that's implying that your CPU is the bottleneck. If your memory is running full up, that implies that your memory is the bottleneck, and it could be your graphics card. So just because it's not performing as well as you want it to, it's not safe to assume that Wi-Fi is the source of the trouble. Ran Israel saw this yesterday on Bright 9. Did anyone try it out? Oh, Ubuntu. I saw that too. I'm not interested in converting any computers to that because I support business offices and they need to be on Windows. So I don't have any interest or temptation to go down that road. But has anybody else gone down that road? Of course, we have other people using Linux. Ubuntu's Linux, right? It's just, I'm guessing it's this is Ubuntu that really looks like Windows 11. Wow. That is really Windows 11-ish, isn't it? Windows Ubuntu is an operating system that inherits all the appearance and functionality of Microsoft Windows, including the new Copilot assistant, does not require TPM, secure boot, or any other requirements for its operation. Developed using Ubuntu operating system as a base, you have a fast, secure, very efficient system. You will also be able to run Windows and Android applications. Well, thank you for mentioning that, because I did not even look that closely into it. But now I know. Nick, I have a customer who pays for 200 megabits internet and they think I can make it faster. I told them they can pay
They also have a version that mimics Windows 10.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Rand. I told them they can pay for faster internet and they told me I should be able to make it faster. Alice says, thanks, I will take a look. Great tip. Good. I'll be eager to see how that goes for you. Z says, about RAID on Mirror or RAID 5, you have to replace with the same size or bigger. If you replace with oversized disk, the extra size will not be used. Well, that, okay, that is certainly the case when you're doing clones or image restores. But at this point, you and who was that? That has definitely a different opinion than you do. That was saying, where was that? I was on channel comments, wasn't it? Does not work for me. Somebody was saying that with mirroring, you have to use exactly the same size. Zvi says you can use a larger one. All right. Wow, that looks epic. Oh, that must be.
Zvi is correct.
Rand is saying Zvi is correct. Okay, I don't recall who it was that says it has to be exactly the same. Was it in today's chat? Let's see, I don't know. To me, I said it. Yeah, they're saying that only because I said that earlier. So anyway, I'm not interested in. There's no reason for me to put a larger drive in when the exact same ones are available. So, but oh well. I tried that Windows 11 copy software. It was terrible. Windows 11 copy software. I don't know what that is. You're not talking about the Windows Ubuntu, are you? Windows 11 copy software. I don't know what that is. Gary says I would not do it, but seen it work. I think the reason why you might do it is if you just can't get the right drive, because that extra space is just not going to be used. Certainly wouldn't want to pay more for it. I've seen it work for all RAID. Alice, I can't get Windows 11 on my PC, so other sources might be good. Yeah, that Alice, that might be of interest to you to do that. Now, will it get security updates for Windows 11? Because if you're not getting the Microsoft security updates, then you're really not getting the security of Windows 11. And if it develops vulnerabilities, which all software develops vulnerabilities, I don't think that's going to probably be as closely guarded and patched as from Microsoft.
It's Linux. It's getting security updates from Ubuntu.
Okay. Well, all Linux does get security updates, doesn't it? Do all the various distributions of Linux, are they safe in their updates? I've never really known that. If you change all the disks with the same size at end, you can use the remaining memory. Yeah. I don't have any reason to want to do that. Our next step on these in that office is going to be replace those servers. Got to get them to cut loose of the money. If the same drive size is not available, yeah. I tried that Windows 11 looking Unix. It was terrible. Do not waste your time, from Nick. So Nick did try it. Is that the one that said, yeah, Nick. So he is saying he tried that Windows 11 looking. So he did try specifically that Windows Ubuntu, I'm understanding him to say. Ran Israel, yes. Yes, about the security updates. This is based on Ubuntu LTS 5-year support. All right, that's it. I'm gonna drop right there. I don't have to go back and read the chat messages after we're done because I'm caught up. Hey, have a great Tuesday, everybody. Catch you later.